Good day to you, our viewers. Welcome to our panel discussion by the Namibia Special Risks Insurance Association Limited, popularly known as NASRIA, that will share with you more about who we are, our products, and our brand new awareness campaign themed Delivering Where Others Wavered. Joining me on this panel from the NASRIA team are our Managing Director, Mr. Njola Shodongoro on my immediate left, Ms. Elsa B. Engelbrecht, our Head of Underwriting, and on my right, I have Ms. Ndapona Schleberger, our Marketing Head, and the board member, Mr. Ferdinand Otto. I will now turn over to Mr. Shodongoro to give us a brief background of who NASRIA is.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. During the time leading up to independence, when the struggle for the Namibian independence intensified, with all the progressive parties in the country, such as the student union, the workers' union, supported the former plan fighters' activities, which was referred to as acts of terrorism. Here I'm referring to riots, strikes, civil commotion, and labor disturbances. Insurance company could not pay claims presented to it by the members or by the clients because it was referred to the terrorist activities. What happens then was that insurance companies, reinsurance companies, and the general public, plus the government, form a committee which came up with a recommendation to the then government to establish an association to look after the perils which were excluded by the conventional short-term insurers. An act was promulgated during that time which was called the Second Finance Act of 1987, number 24, which brought about NASRIA as a special type of an association to cater for these type of activities.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shodongoro, for the brief introduction. Can you tell us more about the journey of NASRIA after that, up to date hereof?
The update of our products through our 33 years journey has also been satisfactory despite our limited visibility. We have received total premiums of over 200 million Namibia dollars to date, with payment claims of over 27 million Namibia dollars, of which 25 million Namibia dollar was made to TCL mine due to a strike at the mine in 1996. While many may not be familiar with our role in the mainstream Namibian insurance sector, I would like to explain that within 6 months of our operations, we have received our first claims. The bomb blast at the Oshakati First National Bank branch on the 19th February 1988, with a total claim value of 320,000 Namibia dollar, was one of our first claims.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shodongoro, for that insight. It's interesting to note that NASRIA was born in 1987, so we can safely say that NASRIA is not a born free. Ms. Engelbrecht, you serve as the head underwriter at NASRIA. Can you perhaps engage the viewers as to how NASRIA works with insurers and brokers?
Thank you so much, Mr. Shipena. NASRIA engages the conventional short-term insurance industry to sell NASRIA cover. We have agreements in place with the insurers, brokers, and agents to negotiate business on our behalf, and we pay them commission accordingly. Clients can contact the insurer, broker, or agent to obtain NASRIA quotation to be included in their short-term insurance policy. Although NASRIA is not compulsory for businesses, house owners, or vehicles, the Sectional Titles Act 2 of 2009 makes it compulsory to have NASRIA cover in place for sectional titles. Various banking institutions normally require NASRIA to be included on bonded business and hire purchase agreements. Currently, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, NASRIA will still accept new business, but it is subject to a 3-month waiting period from the effective date. NASRIA premiums are as low as $50 per year, so please make sure that you contact your broker, agent, or insurer today.
Mr. Ferdinand Otto, with your extensive experience in the insurance industry, can you perhaps inform the public of the importance of having insurance with an emphasis on special risk insurance?
Thank you so much, Nambili, for that opportunity I have. Maybe I must start by just taking one step back, getting back to what Mr. Chozongoro earlier spoke about as to the existence or the establishment of NASRIA. He mentioned that NASRIA has its origin from the conventional insurance market deleting the cover relating to riot, strike, civil commotion, and acts of terrorism, which obviously then caused a situation whereby the conventional insurance policy was no longer a complete policy covering all risks, because now riot, strike, civil commotion is excluded. With that taken into mind, one then would like to explain why it is important to have this special risk insurance, because when the conventional underwriter issues a policy, NASRIA is an exclusion in terms of their policy, which becomes the terms and conditions of the NASRIA policy when we are issuing a NASRIA policy. And those two documents together actually gives you comprehensive cover. Just to explain a scenario, it may happen that there's a wage dispute taking place at an employer, and the employees go home, coming back with a demonstration the next day, and on the way to their own employer, loot all the shops or whatever properties may be on the way. Those covers, obviously, coming from an area like that, the conventional underwriter will not regard that as malicious damage. They will regard that as an organized strike. And for that reason, they will repudiate such a claim if that claim would be lodged with them. With special risks, we would like to actually emphasize that it's not special in the form of the way it is constructed, but NASRIA is a special risk because of the nature in which it has been brought to life. And up to this day, whatever product NASRIA wants to engage in has to go the special route of first being approved by the minister, as political riot was approved through the Act of Parliament. We need to get that special permission from the minister.
Just to take you back, Mr. Otto, the minister that you referred to, that is the Minister of Finance?
Yes, that's the Minister of Finance, and it's actually written in the Act like that, that only a product approved by the Minister of Finance can be written by NASRIA, which brings us to the point that NASRIA is actually a complementary cover to the conventional insurance policy and not a competing product. And that's why we are using the same channel of distribution throughout all the covers that we are doing in terms of political, violent, and terrorism cover. Let me just add by saying, when the minister finally approves cover to be declared special, it is a requirement of the Act that that decision be gazetted, and only after that can NASRIA start by providing that cover in the industry.
Thank you, Mr. Otto. NASRIA has, of course, moved away from the Second Finance Act and now is regulated by the NASRIA Act 2017.
Yes. Those conditions have not changed. It's been like that from inception and has been carried into the conversion as well in terms of the NASRIA Act now.